Hey guys, welcome to Mark Goes to the Movies. And tonight we have an interesting one. We're doing the absolute insane plot for Troll 2. It has nothing to do with Troll, the first Troll movie, but it's better known as being one of the best worst movies. I think it's famous for all that. I'm gonna give you a rundown of the movies. Spoiler alert for anyone who's never seen this 36-year-old movie. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh, I'm gonna leave it at. So the movie starts off with Joshua Waits, a young boy talking to his ghost of his dead grandpa Seth. Grandpa Seth warns about evil goblins that eat people. Joshua's family doesn't believe him, of course. That's what's one of the weird things in this movie is the dad who looks like Craig T. Nelson and Henry Rollins are combined together. Is what I see it as. They're saying, hey, Josh is seeing ghosts, and it's his grandpa, and he just bats it off like I had imaginary friends as well. And I was like, well, I mean, maybe look into this a little bit more, Dad. But shit, so he has. I'll run down the family. He has mom, he's a dad, and he's a sister. Now the sister, you see her, she's like weightlifting for apparently what seems to be hours because of the shift in night and day. And this is where I guess the $100,000 budget comes into play because it definitely should not have been that long. But that's what she does. She has a boyfriend, and his boyfriend has friends, and I guess he's afraid to leave those guys behind. What I thought was really funny is that when she punches him in the dick, she's like, "Oh, you trying to make me?" Or he's like, "You trying to make me homo?" Like that's perfect '80s uh political incorrectness, I guess. Wouldn't fly today. They do a Joshua's family decides to do a housing swap vacation to a small town called Nilbog. If you think about it, goblin spelled backwards is Nilbog, so that's why you know they're goblins. They're staying there while another family stays in their house, and Josh immediately is uh, thrown off by all this. Grandpa Seth warns them that hey, these guys are trouble. We don't know what it is, but just be on the lookout. The townspeople are actually goblins disguised as humans. Their goal is to turn humans into plants and then eat them because they're vegetarians. They're not. They apparently don't like meat. So that's the actual plot itself. Josh tries to warn that his family is about to eat the enchanted green food that would turn them into plants because that's how they trick them. They say, "Hey, you got to eat these nice, I don't want to say good looking desserts because they're definitely fucking slop." You know, yeah, it's maybe if they had made it look a little better, but god damn, this shit looks disgusting. Except for the blue drink the dad's about to drink at the when they first get there. Like that looks like some really nice Kool-Aid. But Grandpa Seth stops them and he says, "Hey, you gotta stop your family from eating this food because they're gonna turn into plant food." And then they stop time for 30 seconds, and then the only thing he can do is just piss all over the food, which is I think one of those famous scenes in the movies. And I think it's kind of hilarious. So the dad takes him upstairs and talks about hospitality and shit, while the sister's scraping the food off from the trash. And she's like, "Oh, this just smells like Jocelyn's eating asparagus or some shit." Joshua's sister Holly, she's a friend, a very dumb teenage friends, traveled in Nilbog in an RV. They run into a strange woman named Credence who turns out to be the Goblin Queen. She tries to seduce one of the guys, it turns him into a plant creature, and the goblins eat him. That's the whole gist of the movie. There is some weird shit going on. The first one is I guess the guy is looking for I don't know, I guess women or whatever, because that's what they lure him over there too. Is the women, and he does find a woman actually. He they're being chased by goblins, and then he tries to save her. He tries to like play tough and be like, "Hey, little guys, leave the fuck alone." And they end up stabbing with a spear, I guess. Like that's their whole weapons is spears. And they chase them. They find this house, and they decide to break in and all that shit. And ends up being the witch. And then the scene that I think haunts me most. I know as a kid I saw this terrified me is when the woman turns into slop and like they're eating her. Like I remember it being so much worse though. Like I was probably like maybe 4 or 5. I remember seeing on HBO when I was uh up way too late and yeah, it's absolutely terrifying. As a child, now it's like, oh man, that's fucking gross. Like she was kind of hot, but I don't know. Maybe maybe she's off in a better place. Though, so the one, yeah, the guy ends up dying way worse. He ends up being turned into a plant, so that's far worse. Yeah, that's the famous scene is when they're eating the lady. She goes, they're eating her, and oh my god, they're gonna eat, or they're in there to eat me. Oh my god, it's terribly acted, just pretty awful. Grandpa Seth still keeps hanging around. You know, we can freeze time, he can do all the other shit, he can pop into mirrors. At one point, he pops into the sister's room and scares the hell out of her. So she sees it, you know. Even though both of them are like Josh has seen him and the sister's seen him, the dad's still not buying it and they're saying it's a mirage or some shit. And yeah, they slowly turn into the goblins. Slowly turn them into plants. They cover them in green slime. The food does not look good. I don't know why you're still eating this shit. It's gross, disgusting. Like it looks like lime green whipped cream. Like they're putting it on sandwiches, they're putting all kinds of stuff. Like I said, the desserts don't look good at all. The uh the goblins are allergic to meat, and that's how they end up. If it's a spoiler, that's how they end up beating them. Is a bologna sandwich and destroys all their magic. So if you thought this movie's gonna have some kind of great ending where they're like allergic to something, nope, they're allergic to bologna. And honestly, I don't blame them. Bologna is kind of disgusting once you realize what it's made out of. And then yeah, Grandpa Seth also comes back and helps defeat the Goblin Queen. It's there's some good stuff in there. The goblins look stupid. It is funny. There is a scene where I guess the last guy left. So there's four friends. One of the friends gets turned into a plant. The other friend runs out of food, so he's like, I gotta go to the store. And then he gets picked up by the sheriff as he's running the store. And then there are the people at the store are like, oh, we don't have anything besides this fucking goblin milk, which is just milk that's been sitting out for days. You know, it doesn't need to be refrigerated, I guess. And he doesn't question that at all. So he takes it back to his friend's house, and that's what he eats. And then he finds his other friend who's actually turned into a plant. So those guys are fucked. And the boyfriend he stays with the family. So there leaves one other friend left, and this scene is kind of ridiculous. So the Goblin Queen turns younger and puts her hair down and everything, and tries to get the other friend to like eat a piece of corn, but they eat it like together, like where she has it in her mouth and then he has it in her mouth too, and then like they rotate it in their mouth, and for some reason popcorn comes out. I don't know what that's about, but that was fucking dumb. And then you think it's over. God, the ending is pretty crazy. The family thinks everything's over, returns home. Joshua goes to the kitchen and finds the goblins in his house, and they kill his mother off screen, and it ends with Josh screaming, like, "God damn!" Like you think it's like going to be a nice happy ending, but no, they murder his mother at home, which would have been a better movie to be honest. Like, wouldn't have been a lot better if the goblins invaded the other areas and spread their evil magic. The acting is bizarre, the dialogue is ridiculous, the costumes are awful, and the plot makes no sense at all. But it's entertaining. It became a massive cult classic. It's even considered some fans to be the best worst movie ever made. It God, $100,000 takes to make this movie. Don't know how where that money was spent. I wonder what $100,000 is actually worth in 1990. Let's see. Let's use our power of Google and see what $100,000. What 100,000? Again, this is me doing research while recording the podcast. What's $100,000 worth in 1990? 248,000. So, God, that's not really much at all, is it? They had to make a profit off there eventually because, they have VHSs, they have DVDs, they got Blu-rays, they have 4Ks. Someone's got to be making money off this. Let's see if Troll 2 turned a profit. Again, you like gotta love my research. We're not fancy around here at Mark Goes to the Movies. This is a man in his spare bedroom put together a podcast. Uh, was that financial success for you? No, wait, never mind. There is another Trolls movie, that shitty animated stuff. 100,000. Oh, it did not make significant money upon its release, but it did become a massive cult classic. I wonder how much it made. It's got to be a decent amount of money. Like $100,000. I mean, even theaters could make that back. And like I said, it's HBO, world famous. The artwork is really good. I'm looking at posters and stuff, and goddamn, it's pretty great. Really enjoyable. Like looks like, and then that's what they used to trick you back in the '90s. They used to trick you with that art. I'm looking at you, Sega, and Super Nintendo for your artwork for these video games and movies, and you're like, you think you're gonna get like an amazing deal, and you're like, this kind of sucks, guys. Like, what you tricked me? Some bullshit, dude. But yeah, that's Troll 2. And the costumes look like shit. I'm looking at costumes right now. They do not look great. The director apparently spoke very little English, so could not communicate at all. It was originally written in Italian by the director and his wife, and when it was transferred in English, that's why it sounds so awkward, and that's why the actors didn't understand what the lines meant. Most of the cast was total amateurs. It was shot in Utah. First time actors, people who answered newspaper casting ads. And the actor, George Hardy, who's the dad, he uh he was actually a dentist in real life. That's interesting. Goblin costumes are miserable. Yeah, I guess there's especially one with the little green eyes and glassed over. They don't move their eyes at all, or most of their mouths. Uh, yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible, but it's a fun movie to watch with your friends, and I think that's the best way to watch movies with your friends. So before we get into the episode, this is I'll tell you some of the stuff I did watch. They were putting out movies during the week. I think my release schedule is so weird because last weekend I watched a bunch of movies, and I was like, guys, get all of them, get all 5 episodes in one day. This week we're probably going to do one a day. I think I got one dropping in about an hour and a half. This is 11:33 on Sunday, by the way. I got one dropping in about 45 minutes, and then there'll be one dropping every midnight, hopefully throughout the week, is what my plan is. We did pass 800 followers on Instagram, so good for that. That's pretty nice. It works out pretty well. Super proud of that, man. I'm not getting paid yet, but one step at a time. That AMC A-list money has not came in yet, unfortunately. But for 3 weeks, 800 followers in 3 weeks, man, I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. TikTok, I have no idea about TikTok. I don't know how that works with the algorithm. Facebook Reels, we're at 100 followers, so it's not amazing, but it's we're getting there. I would say it's all you can do is just keep putting out stuff, and hopefully it connects with somebody. And then yeah, so those are the some episodes coming out. Doing another one. We Bury the Dead will be this week. I saw that movie. That's a newer movie. I'll save my thoughts for that podcast. I tried staying up all night to do like a nonstop horror movie marathon stuff, and man, I made it to like 11 a.m. Today, and God, that was rough. I literally took a shower and laid down to rest my eyes, fell asleep. I knew that was gonna happen, but it is what it is. If you enjoyed this, please spread it amongst your friends as much as possible. We're in multiple countries now, by the way. That's pretty awesome. Multiple states. I'll do an update on the map. I know, I don't know, maybe 10 podcasts ago, I said I would update a map that has all the listeners. And if your city and a state that hasn't listened to, I'll fill it in and put it on the map. And I haven't updated yet. We hit a lot more states, so I'm pretty excited. Not so big in the West, but yeah, they'll come around. Maybe Troll 2 is the movie that gets them to come around. But this is Mark from Mark Goes to the Movies. Appreciate it, guys. Stay safe.